On board Popeye. Your shot. 2 count. 16 onboard cameras for this race. 21 in all for this event here in Key West. Provided by Freeze Frame Video. Get throttled. Mercury racing on the outside. All right, we're going to go with Bodyguard, a 30-foot skater powered by two 2.5 EFIs. Al Payella is the driver. Jeff Dindo is the throttle man. Bodyguard Motorsports, the owner of this 30-foot skater. Bodyguard, your 1998 world champion. Special thanks to Diamond Marine, also sponsors GNS Contractors and MF Electric. And also special thanks to newest sponsor, Thrives Neck Ceramic Tile Corporation, specializing in import and domestic ceramic tile, serving the New York tri-state area. Other competitors in stock class, we got Primeco, Barracuda, Key West Lager, Haviland Racing, Boathouse Power Broker. Sit and Shine is out of the race. Bodyguard top of the pack in stock class. Dietz and Watson on the outside, Bodyguard on the inside. As Bodyguard leaves Mallory Square. All right, we're going to go Dietz and Watson now. Dietz and Watson, P77, a 30-foot Spectre, powered by 3 2.5 EFIs. Bill Amadon is the throttle man. Carl Cressetti is the driver and owner of Dietz and Watson, a 30-foot Spectre. High Risk, Mercury Racing, and Critical Lift Racing, other competitors in its class, pro stock. Dietz and Watson, makers of specialty cold cuts. Barracuda S18, a 30-foot Spectre, another one, powered by 2 2.5 EFIs. Chris Marshall, the driver. Dennis Berry, the throttle man. Dennis is also the owner of this S18 Barracuda 30-foot Spectre. You're watching the 1999 Cigarette Superboat World Championships right here in Key West. 4-race event. Special thanks to Days Inn for their fine accommodation. Dennis Berry on the throttle. Fine shot. Top of the pack in stock class, Barracuda. Key West Lager on the outside. Mercury Racing P70, a 32-foot skater, powered by 3 2.5 EFIs. Gary Ballou is the driver. Nicky Coutreau, the throttle man. Nicky, the owner of Mercury Racing, a 32-foot skater. Special thanks to everyone over at Mercury Marine. #1 in pro stock, Mercury Racing P70. Nicky Coutreau out of Lake George, New York. Gary Ballou, Boca Raton, Florida. All right, also special thanks to everyone over at Mercury's Lake X. Pier 57 out of the race you just saw there on the outside. Pier 57 out of the race. All right, nice jump there, rocking and rolling, no problem. In control. Barracuda on the inside. Barracuda. Barracuda going by. Now we're going to go with Boathouse Powerbroker in stock class S33, a 30-foot motion powered by two 2.5 VFIs. Scott Brant's the driver. Robert Nunziato is the throttle man. Bob is also the owner of this 30-foot motion. Boathouse Powerbroker. All right, Boathouse Powerbroker sponsors include Boathouse Performance Center, Maximum Mortgage, Pit Bull Tire Lock, and Extreme Marine. Powerbroker, 1999 Southeast Divisional Champion, 99 Florida Gold Cup champion, and 99 runner-up in the national championship. Boathouse Powerbroker in stock class, top of the pack. Bumpy waters here in Key West. Many spectators along the race course there on the dock. There's some of those areas where the boats were, the dry pits area. And of course, many spectators there by the hotels. Great vantage point here at Key West, Mallory Square. This is the second race of a 4-race event. We already had racing this morning, and we'll have a third and fourth race on Saturday. Round the turn. Boathouse Powerbroker. Going out of Mallory Square. Nice shot there by helicopter pilot. All right, we're going to go with heavy metal racing. In just a moment, after it comes out of the turn, heavy metal racing, M4. There's Outcome Motorsports also going around the turn. All right, we're going to go with heavy metal racing M4, 40-foot skater. It's powered by two 900 horsepower Stylin inboards with Mercury drives. Anthony Izzo is the driver. Hurley Step is the throttle man. Heavy metal, your 1998 world champion. Paint job by Outer Limits. By the way, Outer Limits also built the boat Wild Child, which came in second place this morning's race in Factory 2 class. Number 1 in the modified heavy metal racing. All right, special thanks to Paul, the crew chief, also East Coast Marine, and Phil Smallboy. Number 1 in the modified heavy metal racing. Now heavy metal racing, a 40-foot scale. Number 1, heavy metal racing in the modified. There by a Hurley step. High risk on the outside. There's Arasaki, a superboat, Arasaki J810, a 46-foot Japan, powered by two 915 horsepower Bandit racing engines with Mercury drives. The driver is Shiguro Hojo, navigator Toshiro Tadashi, Railman Kurt Berger. Shigeru and Toshiro are from Yokosuka, Japan. Kurt is from Brick, New Jersey. Arasaki J810. As we get a little closer, you'll begin to see the front of the boat to twist a bit. Might get a better picture there. They're having some serious problems. We think they probably are certainly aware of it. You can see that happening every time they hit a wake there. Yep. Crest. There you see the twisting of the fiberglass. So they have some serious problems. Arasaki. Now, Kurt Berger, the throttle man, is also the owner-operator of Kurt's Marine in New Jersey, and he does the maintenance on this boat, Arasaki. And he also built the motors for Instigator, which won a checkered flag in B class in the morning race. Arasaki. we're going to go with Stylin C-17, a 36-foot Spectre powered by two 730 horsepower performance marine inboards with Mercury drives. Al Rulo, driver. Jeff Barrett is navigator, and Jason Saros is the throttle man. Stylin C-17. The sponsors include Capital and Motors, GMC and Subaru. Also Performance Marine in Lake George, at Performance Mercury dealer. Rigged and maintained by Performance Marine. Also Auto Bear Express. And special thanks to Jay Kalani at Spectre Powerboats. There's Popeye on the outside, your leader in Super B. All right, Stylin took a first place in Point Pleasant earlier this year. Also a first place in Point Pleasant in July, also in May, and a first place in New York in September. Heading into Mallory Square, C-17 Stylin. Also your 1999 U.S. Offshore C-Class champion. Stylin currently third in Offshore C. Many spectators here in Key West. Skies got a little cloudy now this afternoon. Popeye going around the turn, number one in Super B. Popeye. Big Thunder Racing, leaving Mallory Square in first place. Grand Puy on ice in second in Super Class. Alcone Motorsports in third. Big Thunder, Grand Puy on ice, and Alcone Motorsports 1, 2, and 3 in Super. There's Dunkin Donuts, 36-foot Cobra, powered by two 700 horsepower Performance Marine racing engines with Mercruiser drives. Bob Muller is the driver. Jason Muller is the throttle man. Now the Dunkin Donuts racing team would like to thank Dunkin Donuts, Elf Lubricants, Earl Performance Products, and Kicker Audio. Also, Performance Marine has the maintenance contract on this boat, and of course it's done a great job in making sure that Dunkin Donuts has performed very, very well in these World Championships. And the team would like to thank Pat, the owner of Performance Marine, as well as Grant and Ken. Top of the pack in Offshore C, Dunkin Donuts. Throttling there by Jason Muller. Bob Muller, the driver. They're both from New Jersey, Garden State. Top of the pack in six. Dunkin Donuts, C1. Other competitors in Offshore C, it's Bull on the Beach, Extractor, Stylin, Mr. Solo and Rolling Thunder 2, and another bad move. Now we are watching Dunkin Donuts. You're watching the 1999 Playboy Presents Cigarette Superboat World Championships here in Key West. This is the second race of 4 races. Third and fourth races will be Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. U.S. Team Scarab, now a 38-foot well-craft powered by 2 1,000-horsepower Mercruiser inboard Mercruiser drives. Drivers Joe Hamilton, navigators Fred Hope. John Burton is the throttle man. John is also the owner of Team Scarab V4 Supervision. They are all from Troy, Michigan. Joe Hamilton, Fred Hope, and John Burton. WHM Motorsports on the outside. Number 1 in open class. Nice jump there by Team Scarab. 38-foot ball craft. At Team Scarab, we'd like to thank sponsors including Can-Am Motorsports. Also, you're on point Marine Engines, Mike Fonz, Bill Mock, and Will Leslie. Graham Neal Insurance and Extended Warranty, Transport and Logistics, Joe Evola. And all supporters of Poker Runs America. Also, all members of the USA Team Scarab V4. Mercruiser Power. Second place in Super B. On board now, Big Thunder Racing in first place in Super Class.
Okay.
Going around the turn.
Now go straight, because they're going to. Yeah. Give her. Good job. Good job. Just don't want to lose this son of a bitch, Charles. I drove it take a second, and good. There's nobody on my right. Here they come. There's Riveted. He's over on her right.
In first place in Super.
Here comes Alcon. Hang on to her, buddy. We got her. Just don't forget to throttle it. Good job, good job. Good job. This is the last lap. This is it, buddy. Give her shit. It's ours. Give her shit. This is the last lap. We just won. Yep. Give her shit. We won. We won? Yes, sir. Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo, baby. Let's take her around. Go down and around.
One happy crew there on Big Thunder Racing, getting the checkered flag in Super.
Tried to sneak up on Woo-hoo, buddy! You sure that's the last lap? That's it, buddy. Huh? That was it. That was our half a lap. Or whatever. We don't have to do this end zone thing. Woo! Those guys are still running. Anybody on our left? Huh? Clear on our left? No. Yeah. Woo! I hope we didn't miscount the lap. Yeah, Ruben ain't talking to us again. That was it. Ruby said it was the last lap. And that was it. I had no more tape to pull, buddy. Were you on your last lap, too? Yes, sirree. I had no Alcone come flying around. They went right into a boat coming. They went right into the mole. Huh? You did it, Bob. We did it. What? You did it, man. You did it. Oh, watch out. Watch out. You got a boat. Where the hell's he going? That's Alcone. Yeah, I was going to zoom in there. He's going in. You ready to go in? Go in. Yeah.
Board now, Alcone Motorsports in Superclass. We're heading towards the finish now. Alcone Motorsports, Matt Alcone at the wheel, Jerry Gilbreth also on board. Throttle man. Going around the turn, Alcone Motorsports. Drambuie on ice on the left side. Drambuie battle here in Superclass. And Big Thunder in first place. Big Thunder Racing. Drambuie and Alcone, 1, 2, and 3. Big Thunder in the distance. Big Thunder Racing. Having some problems there. Still under control. Up there in first place. Alcone in second. to the finish here in Superclass. Uh-oh, they've just hooked. They've had a major problem here. They've hooked and almost barrel rolled and spun around. But hopefully everything is okay. The boat has stopped now, as we can see. Let's see that again from the beach. Here's Alcone. Uh-oh, there it goes. Starts to spin around. Hooks, but is still upright. Still manages to stay upright. Big Thunder Racing now crossing the finish line in first place. Big Thunder Racing in Superclass. There's Alcone Motorsports. And Drambuie on ice. You see some of the damage on the side there. Big hole in the side of the boat. But still manages to finish in second place in Superclass. Now, if Alcone Motorsports, there's that shot again. But hooking and spinning around. Going out of control there for a moment. But unbelievably manages to stay upright. Does a 360, but manages to stay upright. Everyone, which seems to be okay. Now, if Alcone can get started again, it could manage to finish third in Superclass. One more time. Big Thunder Racing right alongside will come by and finish in first place. Here's Alcone going around. Almost tipping over on its side, but somehow manages to stay upright. Most important thing, everyone seems to be okay. All right, let's ride along with Drambuie on ice. Going to the finish line now. We can see Alcone on the right side. This is what we can see from our camera, on-board camera. R&R there on the right side, R&R. Alcone now spinning around, almost turning over on its side, but maintains to stay upright. Alcone Motorsports. Drambuie on ice in second place now in Superclass. Turning to the right. Going to the pits. In second place. As we saw before, the side of Drambuie on ice is delaminated. Damage during the race. In second place in Superclass. All right, there's Outkill Motorsports. Apparently it has gotten back on track. It is going to finish and will finish in third place in Super, though it does have a lot of damage on the boat as a result of that barrel roll. Outkill Motorsports in third place, barely. But most importantly, crew members are safe after that incident. WHM Motorsports in first place in open class. Joey and Pressure on throttle. And Bill Moff, the driver. Both from Long Island, New York. Joey and Pressure, owner-operator of East Coast Marine. Popeye on the outside. Popeye #1 in Super V. WHM Motorsports #1 in open class. And that is it. That is the end of the second race of this 4-race event here in Key West. And the Super V, the Open, the Modified, the Pro Stock, and the Stock. And very shortly, we will have the final results in this race. A lot of damage on the last lap there. You saw Drambuie on ice sustaining some delamination, some damage on its side. And, of course, Outkill Motorsports doing that barrel roll and nearly tipping over, but maintained being upright. But a lot of damage on that boat. Of course, they'll have to get those boats prepared by Saturday afternoon, if they want to continue racing here at these World Championships as we overlook Mallory Square. And, of course, Big Thunder Racing, the winner in Super Class there between Drambuie on ice and Outkill Motorsports. Big Thunder Racing. Beautiful shot here of Key West. Some of the shorelines from the hotels All right, in Superboat, as we said, Big Thunder Marine coming out on top, followed by Drambuie on Ice and Outcome Motorsports Olympian is in third place. Big Thunder Marine, number one, checkered flag in Super. All right, in open class, it's WHM Motorsports, followed by Arasaki Racing. WHM Motorsports in open. In Super V, it was Popeye getting the checkered flag, followed by Triple X Muscle and USA Team Scarab. Popeye all the way in Super V. In M class, the modified Heavy Metal comes out on top, followed by Defender. Heavy Metal in first in M class. In Superstock, Primeco in first, followed by Bodyguard and Barracuda. Primeco all the way in Superstock. Primeco, your winner. In Pro Outboard, High Risk and Mercury Racing and Critical Lift. High Risk getting the checkered flag in Pro Stock. And in C class, it was Bull on the Beach, then Extractor and Stylin. Bull on the Beach, your winner in C class in the second race of this 4-race event here in Key West. And that is it. Those are your final results in this second race. And of course, we look forward to seeing you on Saturday morning for the third and fourth race. Of course, that's Saturday afternoon. Great racing here on this Wednesday afternoon, but highly competitive racing. We did have some problems, though. Most important, no one was hurt. The crew members were okay. Now, before we go, there are a few people that we'd like to thank. First off, the entire staff of the SBI for orchestrating a fine event. Of course, Gary and Nancy Johnson for their fine camera work. Also, Mr. Willie Schilter, onboard camera technician, and our helicopter pilot, Mr. Ron Geiser from Air Coastal Helicopters. So we'll see you in the final race on Saturday when we'll crown the world champions. And of course, we'll see how Alcone Motorsports and Drambuie on Ice make out in that final race. So this is Vince Lipari on behalf of Jeff Girardi and the rest of the Freeze Frame Video production crew, wishing you a fond farewell from Key West, Florida. Bye, everyone.